If you're seeing curled bean leaves, sticky rose stems, or aphids packed on new growth, the core answer is, don't kill them automatically. Inspect the plant first. I'm Grant, Fiona's here, and this is Root Insect.
First action. Look at the whole plant, not just the bug cluster. Check whether it's still growing, holding color, and standing up well.
Today's topic sounds backward on purpose. Why bad bugs can actually be good for your garden.
Good, with an asterisk. Aphids, caterpillars, slugs, flea beetles, yes, they can damage plants. We are not starting a slug fan club.
Fine. No tiny membership cards for slugs. But the article's point is that a garden isn't just plants and rows. It's a food web.
Exactly. Aphids feed lady beetle larvae, lacewing larvae, hoverfly larvae, parasitic wasps, and small birds. Caterpillars feed birds, predatory wasps, spiders, ground beetles, and tachinid flies. Even slugs become dinner for ground beetles, rove beetles, frogs, toads, birds, and some snakes.
Which brings us to the common garden mistake, seeing one pest and going straight to wipe them all out. The tempting move is spraying, squishing, soaping, dusting, whatever gets the garden back to looking spotless.
And spotless can be part of the problem. If every aphid disappears on day one, the predators that eat aphids have nothing to build on. Aphids reproduce quickly, while the helpful insects often arrive days or weeks later.
So if I panic spray the first aphids, I might accidentally remove the buffet before the lady beetle larvae even show up.
That is the least elegant way to say it, but yes. A garden with 0 pests often has 0 predators standing by for the next pest wave.
This is where integrated pest management comes in, right? IPM sounds like a government form, but it's really just identify the pest, monitor the plant, look for natural enemies, then treat only if the damage matters.
That's the practical version. Extension sources like UC Integrated Pest Management and University of Minnesota Extension emphasize monitoring first. Not because doing nothing is always best, but because reacting too soon can create a weaker system.
Let's make that useful. Listener is staring at aphids on kale, roses, milkweed, nasturtium, dill, or peppers. What should they ask?
Ask, is the plant still growing well? If the color is good, new growth is coming, there's no wilting, and only a few tips are affected, waiting is often reasonable, especially if you see lady beetles, lacewings, hoverflies, or tiny parasitic wasps around.
So the aphids are basically ringing the dinner bell.
Sometimes, but don't romanticize it. If new growth is badly curled, seedlings are stunted, sticky honeydew is everywhere, sooty mold is building, or the growing tips are thickly covered, that's moving toward intervention.
And ants matter too, right? Because ants can protect aphids like tiny livestock managers.
Yes, if ants are actively farming aphids and chasing off predators, that changes the situation. Also, a drought-stressed or heat-stressed plant has less tolerance than a strong one.
The article also flags aphid-spread viruses as the complicated part.
Right. Aphids can transmit plant viruses, and risk depends on crop and region. If a particular virus is common where you live, your tolerance may need to be lower. That's a local extension question, not a guess from the driveway question.
Okay, but if action is needed, the article pushes gentle first.
Yes, a strong spray of water from a hose can knock aphids off many sturdy plants. University of Minnesota Extension lists water sprays as a common aphid management option before jumping to insecticides.
And insecticidal soap?
It can work on contact, but it can also hit soft-bodied beneficial insects if you spray them directly. Neem and horticultural oils have similar contact concerns. They are not magic bullets that only find the villains.
I was promised a tiny villain detector.
You were promised nothing. Read the plant, identify the insect, and check who else is present.
Near the end here, let's do Fiona's 30-second verdict.
Fiona's 30-second verdict. Maybe. Should you kill aphids in your garden? Maybe, if a young plant is coated, distorted, sticky, stunted, or virus risk is high in that crop. But if a sturdy plant has a small colony and predators are present, leave it and watch, because those aphids may be supporting the beneficial insects that keep future outbreaks smaller.
If this kind of calm, practical garden thinking helps you enjoy growing without declaring war on every six-legged visitor, subscribe to Rude Insect and join us for more conversations that make the garden a little less mysterious. If this solved the mystery, subscribe for fast answers the next time something weird shows up in your garden.
Thank you for listening to this edition of RudeInsect.com, Conversations with